minute to see if David actually,
Well, it's actually 9:58.
okay, good.
It, I think, is Rosh Hashanah.
It is,
So,
That's
but
what
you already talked about that.
We did.
Never mind, I'll go back to sleep.
okay, and Phil is not coming today, just so you know.
Who is it?
Phil,
Oh,
he let me know he wouldn't be here
Our
today.
other auxiliary board
is that
member.
necessary?
And let's see, we've got Ben and Judy, Dina, maybe David, my guess is you've got.
I think so, Jesus. Jordan, would you please, give Mr. Khan a jingle?
I sure can.
Thank you.
You're not gonna do the minutes, right,
No,
from the last meeting, okay.
no. Is that okay?
That is perfectly fine.
Thought we would do those at the next
Yeah.
meeting, we'll keep this as short as we can.
Mr. Khan is headed in right now.
Excellent,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Mhm.
So we should wait for him, then we will open the hearing. And now
Todd is on and he'll start as soon as, oh, he just went away, but I told him as soon as we did the public hearing, which I didn't imagine would take very long, then he'll be ready to start.
okay, good.
And then you also have Lori Wadsworth on.
Okay. Okay. Zippity-doo-dah. David's probably doing extra slowly because of the rain.
Oh, yeah,
He doesn't wanna slip and slide.
that's right.
Do you want one?
No, that's all right, I think I can remember what we're doing. But you never know, Judy. I did get more sleep last night than I've gotten in I don't know how many weeks.
Uh-oh, that's a bad sign.
Is it? Uh-oh.
You send the skiway thing to everybody?
I did,
Good.
and David. David Rock,
Robin.
yeah. Yeah. Again, you must be walking slowly. So, I suppose you could always open up your public hearing.
I need to do that.
It's only
It's
10:03.
Yeah. He should be here very shortly.
Everybody's patiently waiting.
Yeah. Well, we could do the first one without him. We know how he'll vote.
Well, Well, I would suspect we know how you all will vote. Not sure why you'd say no to money, but with no strings attached.
Yeah. Well, maybe we should move along. Let's see, it's 4 minutes after 10.
Okay.
I will open the meeting, and this is a special meeting of the Select Board. And it's 10:04. First on our agenda is a public hearing to accept, we hope, unanticipated revenue in the form of a donation to aid in tree work to be done in the Porter Cemetery. It is a $10,000 donation. Do we know anything else about this donation, Dina, that can be shared?
Well, I didn't share the name because I didn't ask them if I could share the name or not. I didn't feel comfortable
It was an
without
individual.
getting a hold of them. It's a family who lives in Lyme, yep.
Okay,
And there are some very large, really old trees down there that are in danger of coming down. And if the majority of them come down, it will be on top of the cemetery and stones and things like that. So, and Michael has met with all the two landowners that abut it, and everything's been worked out. And we got 4 bids, and
Wow.
I'm not sure when the project will start, but this family suggested to give their donation to go towards that project because they think that's really important.
excellent.
Yeah,
Okay,
Well, that's simple, I move that we accept the donation.
well, you should, okay, well, you should see
Thank
if
you,
somebody has
Ben.
something to say.
and I will second it. And then we
Then
will,
I,
we gotta wait, public comment first, and then we can do the Rich.
Yeah,
I strongly support such an expenditure. That-
Acceptance of a,
Acceptance, yes, that's what I'm accepting.
okay, very good.
Then
And
I-
Lori, no,
Okay,
one more.
Lori has something to say.
Lori, did you wish to say something?
Good morning.
Good morning.
This was very exciting to read, I have to say. When I was a trustee, we talked about this project and looked at those trees, and we pretty much put it off because of the cost. As I remember, some of the trees are, they would have to be felled across the road, so it's a major undertaking. And then, like Dina said, just to protect those old stones. So I just calling in to say, I'm really pleased you're doing this. I'm assuming it's the same, so Michael is the one that tagged the trees or knows which ones?
Yep.
Mike, okay, because, yeah, we talked about it back then, so that's great. And there are a few other overhanging branches that I know were of concern.
Yeah.
Again, some of the old, I think on the northern edge of the cemetery. But that's kind of minor, but I remember talking about if we had somebody in there, that they could trim those branches safely also, so.
Right, I'm sure Michael has, yeah, taken care of that.
Terrific.
Thank you very much.
Well,
Okay,
thank you.
Ben, now, how do you vote?
what's the question?
All those in favor of accepting?
Then I,
Judy, aye. So it's voted to accept. And we thank very much
Mm-hmm,
the donor.
absolutely. And when I find out if I can share the name, I'll be happy to,
That would be nice.
yeah.
That would be nice.
That would be great.
Okay, and Mr. Khan just drove in, which is very good timing, and we will move, as soon as he is seated, we'll move into reviewing and discussing the MS1 with our assessing company,
Mhm.
and hopefully approving it so that we can proceed to get our tax bills out. Do we have any idea of the timeline if we approve this?
I have not heard a thing from the DRA yet, so no, I do not know. Until the MS1 goes in, then we get on the queue, then I kinda usually get a word from Stephanie about
when it might be.
what's going on.
Okay. All right.
I also haven't, I gotta check with the school, just to make sure they have everything in. I know that we're still waiting for the MS 535.
And that's the school's reporting.
That's ours.
Oh,
It's
that's
the
ours.
Auditors.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I can't follow all the numbers.
Me either, and they keep changing them,
That's helpful.
adding one number on, or adding, one letter on.
Mhm. Okay.
I was looking at that budget schedule here myself,
Mhm.
just trying to figure out what meetings you guys might want to,
Yeah, we're gonna need,
assigned budget.
yeah. I signed right in. Oh, there it is. That's the other thing we're doing is the veterans credit changes at the public hearing.
Right,
So
But that's next week.
next week,
Yes.
two public hearings and one discussion.
mhm.
Veterans, mayor ordinance,
Let's see.
ethics.
Yep. Excuse me, oh my goodness.
Mhm. We apologize for everyone's having to wait. Sometimes these unscheduled meetings take everybody by surprise.
Well, I'll get that calendar thing figured out one of these days.
Tell you what, before you leave the day before, send an email. Or a
David
text.
wants something that he can just, well, I did send a reminder out, so, but he just wants a
It
little
to click on
nice
his.
button that you can click on and it automatically goes to your calendar, so. I'll
Good
get-
morning.
I'll get.
Sorry about that, guys.
We already approved the acceptance of the $10,000 for tree work in the cemetery.
David, I.
And so we are moving on to now reviewing and discussing the MS1. And I believe our assessor is going to be on the line
He
shortly.
is on the line.
Good morning, Todd.
All we have to do is wake them up.
Yeah.
You gotta unmute there, sir.
David, at your place is the letter and the MS1 information for you. And we will shortly have two letters for you to sign. I'm not sure where they are right now. Okay, is Todd on now?
Yep.
Todd, we'd love to hear from you. Tell us about our MS1.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board, thanks for having me this morning. You have I wrote a memo that basically pulled everything for you. As far as the 2020, that's one.
Okay,
I don't know how in detail you want to give this, but if we go to page 3 on the MS1, that gives more detail to what I gave in the memo that I wrote you. I'll go over page 3 because that's really where the nuts and bolts are. The other remaining pages are more details on where some of these values are put as far as exemptions
okay,
and use and whatnot.
okay.
All right, so up to the top of page 3, everyone's there. It's land valuation. It's the detail the current use, which is 2,138,900. Then the the conservation restriction assessment, which there is some confusion here. If it's already in current use and it's under conservation restriction, it's assessed in current use. This is
Okay,
So that's $2,900 on that one, and then it's the discretionary preservation easement, the barn easement, $20,000.
dollars there, 20,400. The residential land is 142,885,200. Commercial land is 6,865,900, which gives you a total of taxable land at 151,930,300, and then the exempt land is 15,108,200. And then we'll stop you if you need to. Buildings, as you can see, it's separate as residential, 249,319,100. Manufactured housing, 1,270,700, and then the commercial and industrial buildings are 12,991,400, and then the buildings on the barns, for the discretionary easements for the barns, $31,000. And then the total for taxable buildings is 263,612,200, with your tax exempt buildings being assessed at 21,126,700. And then your utilities, which are excluded from your school tax,
And those are only water,
electric and gas, so the telecoms are lumped in with the commercial industrial properties, but your utilities came in at 4,020,600, which is a little bit more than last year. And then your exemptions, there aren't any, per se, and then your optional exemptions is where you have a number of them. And it's like $6.5 million.
yeah. And your letter, your note accompanying this noted that the exemptions are a little less this year than they were last year.
We keep losing you, Todd. You're
Yeah.
going in and out, in and out.
oh, sorry, can you hear me now?
Yep,
Yeah, they are less than last year.
okay,
1,250,300, for example, so
Your net
valuation is 413,312,000.
800, and then that's what you use to set your
Just that your county and your state tax rate, and
your municipal tax rate, then you'll reduce that by the utilities to set your school rates.
okay,
so your net absence that you believe is 409,292,200.
all right,
And like I said, the rest of this information
That follows this page is mostly just detail that's included in these sum totals. And these numbers came from the Vision's appraisal software, which is the database, for those that don't know, where all the assessments are housed. And
okay,
that's
where we saw that source information from.
all right. Thank you for that. Do we have questions or comments from the board?
Can we hear if it's up or down from last year?
It's, oh,
The total.
the total, yeah, go ahead, Todd.
The solar is down slightly, like 46,000 is
what I saw comparing it to last year.
So the total assessment, yes, you wrote in your note, 26,700 less this year than last year.
correct. It doesn't show up on this, but when you input it into the portal, there's a different software version this year that
They've deployed this year. It does tell you last year's number and this year's number, and it gives you a comparison.
Excellent, okay, that is helpful, and I think, yes, Rich?
So, thank you. So, I think I just heard you say, Todd, this is Rich Brown. I think I just heard you say that, we're down about 26, or the net valuation's down about $26,000?
Right.
Okay, cause I was looking at line 21A, which I think is the net valuation, and I have that the 2024, line 21A was about 412 million. And in this year, it's a skosh over 413 million. And so I saw that it went up just a tiny bit, but, so am I reading that right, or am I making a mistake?
I noticed that as well, but then I just agree with including the exemptions and whatnot. I was just,
Passing on what this new software is telling, so.
Okay,
I mean, it'll bear out when they do the tax rate, and I don't do that.
That's a function of the Department of Revenue, and they have their own methodology.
That they use that I'm not an expert on.
I have to say.
okay, all right, good. And so, so I just wanted to understand, but I think the upshot is that the town's valuation has not changed appreciably since last year. I mean, I think that, these numbers are the same.
And,
It'll probably change when we do the reassessment, otherwise, the only thing that really changes
Just the properties that change,
the current use changes every year because we have to apply last year's.
the equalization ratio, so it does go down, it has been going down because of that.
Mhm.
And
And the utilities they get a ratio.
every year too, so those can fluctuate, but the others are, it's just abatements, may take away, if
You have diminution of property that, if you tear something down, that may
you take away, and then of course you have the pickups, so to speak, the revised inventory for any changes that happen that we look at, but for the most part, everything stays the same, it's just data that changes.
Yeah,
so,
okay.
and as we learned shortly ago, I can't remember if it was 1 or 2 meetings ago, that the sale of a house doesn't automatically trigger a
Of course,
revaluation
right.
by the town, but that will happen when we have the reval.
Right. And so I guess the other question, and I think I heard you say this, Todd, that the 413 million, whatever that final number is, that's what's used to determine the tax rate. Basically, we look at the town expenditure, divide it by that number, and that comes up with the tax rate. I mean, I'm glossing over a lot of details, but that's substantially the way it works, right?
pretty much, the utilities don't pay the school tax, so that's why there's enough.
Separate number for that.
Yeah, okay, because, sitting on the budget committee, this is not relevant for you, Todd, necessarily, but sitting on the budget committee, I look at our town expenditures that are up 5 or 6%. Since the grand list, the net valuation didn't change very much. The tax rate is gonna go up basically by that much. I see Judy nodding and.
Well, yes, approximately.
Right, I mean, squishy, but if we were adding a lot of new properties, increasing the net valuation, that would help.
Yes.
Am I correct there, Todd?
Well, if you're adding properties,
Properties to the old rate, I would say yes, that would help,
Uh-huh.
but if you
change the value, it's not gonna help it.
When you make the pie bigger,
Everybody's share gets smaller.
gets smaller.
yes.
That's the theory. Now, we all know, and you've been doing this now for several years.
Yeah.
It doesn't always follow exactly.
Exact, I'm not
There's
worried
lots
about,
of
yes.
variables,
Good.
exemptions make a difference, credits make a difference.
Right.
You could have 10 people move into town that get an elderly exemption, and that can change things drastically.
Of course, right.
Yeah.
So, good, that's all I have. Thank you very much. Thank you, Todd.
Thank you, Todd. And is Lori still on?
No.
No, she's gone. Okay, do we have other questions for Todd while he's on the phone with us? David says no, Ben says no. We thank you very much and wish you happy fall. And I'm sure we'll be talking to you again.
All right, well, thank you. You have, happy fall to you too. Enjoy the fall. Wait, All right.
Take care.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you,
Bye,
you
see you
too.
soon.
Bye-bye. Okay, so, yes, it is confusing, because it does look like the assessment didn't decrease,
Mhm.
but they told us it did, and the acreage makes a big difference, as we all know, depends on whether or not
Sure,
you
current
support
use
that
and all.
program, but,
Mhm.
and then the exemptions went down, which is very interesting.
Mhm.
So, and the utilities, that's always a wild card. What do we wish to do with the MS1 information?
What do we need to do with it?
I think we need
Accept
to
it.
move to accept it.
And sign this.
It's a-
Yeah, I'll move it.
I'll second.
Thank you, David, thank you, Ben, to accept. And all those in favor say aye,
Ben, I,
David, aye.
and Judy, aye. That is approved,
no, you want our signatures here.
and we want some signatures.
I think I was supposed to sign those.
Yes, you were, thank you very much, and we did, just for the public that's here, we did have two letters that we had agreed to send, a week and a half or so ago, and one is to the Smiths, and one is to, the Appalachian National Scenic Trail Superintendent, voicing our support for the land swap.
Have we actually discussed this letter? I'd kind of like to do that before we send it, even though we've all signed it now.
I think we did, but go ahead, bring it up.
Well, you asked me to have the attorney
Right, the
write
letter.
it.
I had second thoughts about this.
Oh,
We're not in the business, generally speaking, of telling people, I don't know, first of all, let's talk about whether we should talk about this in public session. Is this legal, or is it?
Mhm. I think you can.
Okay,
It's
well, so
not-
let me just say what I have to say. I mean, as a general matter, we don't go around telling people that they're in compliance with the law.
Correct.
Why are we doing it here? I mean, I know that, that our attorney had suggested that the Smiths had asked for this, but the more I thought about it, I don't know why we would do that.
Right.
I'd kinda like to have another discussion with our lawyer before we actually send this, unless you guys see things very differently. I mean, generally speaking, we wouldn't, somebody can't come into us and say, hey, can you tell me I'm in compliance with the law? And we would say yes. Say, no, you know what, look, if we think you're not compliant, we reserve the right to take action, but otherwise, we're not in the business of telling
Status
people that.
quo, reassuring everybody. I think the thought was, as I recall, the previous discussion was that they'd done what they were asked at the final moment, and we should send something.
Yeah, I don't mind telling them thank you and, you know what, right now, we don't intend to take any further,
At this point in time, yeah.
we don't have any intention to take further action, but I don't like telling them that they're in compliance with the law. I don't like, for one thing, I mean, as you guys know, we're not gonna be the select board forever. Somebody else could come in here and have a different view of this, and why would we bind them that way?
Yeah, we can't.
And why should we? I mean, that's not our job. Our job is not to tell people, oh, you're in compliance with the law. And I know they want that, but you know what? I want calorie-free French fries.
Bring 'em on, breakfast.
Well, then you should have another discussion, I guess.
I think we should have another discussion with Joe before we send this. At least that's my view.
Yep.
Well, I think you'll be having one coming up soon because there's some legal stuff that needs to be addressed having to do with two court cases.
Yeah, we have to talk to him about,
Yeah.
Dorchester Road.
Well, yeah, about abatement stuff, so when that comes, you can do it, which would
Okay.
be,
We should
But
schedule
then
that
I
soon.
would say, I would move that we hold this in abeyance until
Okay.
we've had a chance to have another
I'll
discussion
second
with you.
that.
Okay,
Okay, so David and Ben and, hold letter. So I would suggest, since it's signed, that one of us take our pen and cross it out, so it doesn't bite.
just
Just-
scribble right through it.
Yeah,
I can print another one if you need it.
thank you,
There you go.
Thank you.
okay.
Here's my question though, before you move on and close the meeting. The discussion with the attorney for non-public, do you want to, schedule it on the 30th when you have all that other stuff to do? Or do you wanna do it on a separate day maybe? And
Well,
Ben won't be here on the 30th.
oh, you won't be here on the 30th. You know how I feel about separate meetings.
Yeah, I'd like to talk to him as soon as we can, cause I feel like I would like to push forward on Dorchester Road, and we need some legal action to do that, and you know what, he's busy, he has a lot of stuff, and we're not on the top of his pile, but I'd like to be a little bit pushy with him and try to get him to,
So
So I'll
let's
ask him.
ask him what the earliest, a couple of the earliest dates, and we'll see if we can
Okay.
do, and if it's non-public, we can advertise that, and we can just mind
Well,
our
it will
P's
be a
and
non-meeting,
Q's.
cause that's a legal
Legal.
meeting, so it's
yeah.
not,
I know,
sorry. I
no.
was just saying it out loud so everyone heard.
Okay,
You know that old saying about the wheels of justice grinding slowly?
Yeah.
I hate it when I'm the wheel.
okay, no, that's a good thought.
So shooting for a day next week, the end of this week, what's the idea? Just so I can,
Well, it's gonna be him,
Have
it's gonna
something.
be.
It's gonna
here
be his
too.
schedule, but, yeah, I could, Thursday is I could squeeze an hour in somewhere there, probably afternoon, and Friday, I should be able to do it anytime. Monday, coming up, also looks okay, and then Tuesday, we have another board
Right.
meeting.
so I'll see what he has Friday or Monday.
Yeah, I got nothing,
And then
but
go
Or
from there.
I could do
Thursday
whatever.
Thursday afternoon, okay, and Ben, you're
If
around?
I can manage to get it on my calendar.
I was talking about that before you came in.
Yeah, well,
I haven't forgotten, I promise.
I know.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, or Monday,
You know,
Thursday afternoon.
Dina, on that front, there is a commercial software that has that function. It sends out calendar invites that work with all of the different calendars, like the Outlook, Google, and it costs about $100 a month for 5 people. So that would mean you, Jordan, I don't know if there's anybody else, David could use it to schedule those meetings, if there's anybody else who would wanna use it, but
Well, we'll look at it, but, you know, $500 a month this year is probably not.
no, $100
Or 100, yeah,
for 5 people.
but we'll look at it, okay? I'm pinching pennies because, so we can get that flashing sign. I want that flashing sign, so we don't have to keep talking about it.
Yeah, I would like that too, I think.
Plus it's,
And
we need it
paint
safety
the
wise.
sidewalk.
I know.
That is, I'm sorry, I hate to be this way, but I'm an old crank. How the state has the right
Yeah.
on a state road to tell a town they have to maintain the crosswalk. I mean, it just,
After they
We're
sit
having
down
trouble
forever.
finding somebody to.
Oh my gosh, yes.
yeah. I keep saying I'm gonna take a roller
I
and
mean,
go
it's
down
not
there.
like we can, I was gonna say, it's not like we can just go out there with a roller or a paintbrush, it's special paint, it's special this, it's, you know, there's stencils, there's. But, we'll see.
Maybe,
we
if
know there's a
Halloween's
town.
coming up, I'll bet you there might be
We-
some imps that do something on Halloween night.
We're hoping that we can borrow some stuff from another town that has it. And our guys can do it.
Let's push that.
Who have we used before to do stuff like this?
We hardly ever have roads lined, so,
Private people do,
yeah,
parking lots.
right.
But that's a very different,
They
Well, but
can,
you can't even find them, I'm not kidding you. I don't know how the fire department got that one up there to do theirs, but unfortunately, I said if we had known they were doing that, we could have had them do that at the same time, but I did not know till it was after.
Okay, what else do we have?
That's all.
Really?
You wanted it to be short.
I did.
So it worked.
This is perfect, a half an hour. All right. It's 10:34. Ben?
Time to quit?
Yes.
Wow.
I will second it. All those in
Aye.
favor? Judy, aye.
Yeah, fine, aye,
This meeting is adjourned.
that was quick.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dina. Thank you, everybody.
I can't believe I drove down to the